Hope everyone has a beautiful cup of something. I've already slugged mine down again.
You have? Um,
Yeah, a couple this morning. Yeah, it's been a big, beautiful week. Yeah, we've been celebrating, haven't we, Jana?
we have been celebrating our daughter's birthdays this week, and both of them have been rather significant.
Yes, double digits.
Double digits and a big 21.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And look,
Really special. And I just, like, I mean, I know that we have restrictions, but we still manage to really celebrate. And uh, I just, gosh, it felt really overwhelming to look back on 21 years. And I remember being told, when you get to this point that uh, you'll sit there and go, well, where did all that go? But the beautiful thing was is that we put together video footage, to soundtrack backings and lots of beautiful photos, but also lots of funny ones. And but it just we started from the beginning, and we sort of roughly went up through the years, and then I just went back, and honestly, it was just I was in tears so often this week. It was so heart filling, and I just um, I just really remembered some of those times where I thought, gosh, I wish I'd reveled in those moments more. Then, so um, some of it was quite reflective, but, you know, because you go, well, really, time does fly, but when you're in the middle of those things, it can feel like it's a forever, right?
and you know, this is actually a really good reminder, a reassuring reminder for what is happening right now and where we are finding ourselves, because this shall too pass, and we will eventually look back at this time and have certain memories of it. Maybe we will even grieve for this time in some sort of way, because it is rather unusual to be in such situation, to be at home with your loved one
Yeah.
in such an intense environment sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the benefits of that and the challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big growing time. Yeah, this is my second big jug of coffee today.
Yeah. I've been, when last week I got really inspired to read some of the books that I had at my bookcase that I love collecting old children's books. And there was this one that I read called Tinker, and and I think it was obviously because it was so close to my name, but it's from the 1960s, and it's a beautiful Australian book, and it is a beautiful story of an Aboriginal boy, Tinker, and his friend. And she comes to him because she has pigtails that are very short, and she wants longer ones. And it's a sweet story, but part of it at the beginning is talking around the fact that they think through magic that she could have these. And actually, it's through Tinker playing his didgeridoo that this happens. And what happens after that, is a beautiful story with all the creatures helping her to manage the fact that the pigtails don't stop growing. But when they're talking about the magic, this one paragraph just really stood out for me, and I really wanted to share it. And I actually wrote it into one of Mia's cards. Moving into adulthood, I thought this was really appropriate. Tinker was right. He was still young enough to know about magic, but only very young people and very old people can make it. You see, all the people in between are so busy being grown ups, trying to be grown up, or just trying to be something that they forget all about magic. When they become very old, they remember again all the magic they knew when they were small. You can notice the change. It comes when they forget to make you wash your hands every time they get dirty. Ah, don't you just love that?
I love that. This is a very good reminder. That's right. About finding the magic and what is really important and what really matters in life. And I suppose how we can get lost in the crazy business of trying to aim for something in between.
Yeah. What is that whole thing of being a grown up, right?
Well, is it? Is it really?
Yeah. One of the themes that is so beautiful in our classes is, you know, the whole week on wonder, and that's been this week. And so that's where I shared it with the parents as well, because it was just like so appropriate to go, you know, you are the model of going into your beautiful world and wondering for your child, and not having to have all the answers, and actually asking more questions than anything else. And actually it's just so freeing, but it also connects you with your own childhood spirit, where you did things and you looked at things in a different way, and there was that innocence and no agenda.
Mm-hmm. But Tineke, with those questions you've asked, you know, you've just mentioned, it's not just about asking questions. Well, it is about asking questions, but not necessarily having the answers. That is a real sense of wonder, because I've noticed that often with children in this knowledge-based world, when they feel like they need to be cognitively stimulated, and that's how they are learning, you see that's where they're losing that magic, because the facts become the reality for them. But it's asking the questions and just purely pondering. Just ask and ponder, and not necessarily satisfied the question with an answer, which is also that instant gratification, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we are conditioned to think that that's what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've challenged my parents this week to go, and I challenge any of you listening out there as well.
In your classes, yes.
To go out and find something in nature and really try and explore it again like a child, and really just slow down and use all your senses to touch, to see, to feel, to taste, you know, just to download that and really look at the detail, and not in a way that you're trying to work something out, but just in a way that you're appreciating the magic that brought this into being.
You just notice what's around you.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the mums yesterday was saying that, you know, she gets really annoyed by flies. Her daughter has just turned 1, and she's got this real fascination with them, and so they've been watching the flies and what they do, and his mum's going, I still don't particularly like them, but I really do have a new appreciation. And it really it just really touched her heart yesterday when her daughter saw a fly come and land on the wall, and she went, hi, and said hello to the fly. And it was just like, you know, she's just seeing it as another creature. But we, of course, we have all this other stuff going on around flies. And I thought, yeah, that's really beautiful. She just, you know, is seeing it for what it is, and that it's another creature in this world. That she's connecting with.
This reminds me of our Kitten, our cat that we have as well, and she just loves the flies. And I actually been watching the flies. And in a funny way, it's actually quite entertaining too. But the squeal she makes sounds like a little seagull trying to chase the flies. And that playfulness of it brings so much joy. And it's not just the children and the adults, but also animals. that are enjoying this pure joy and engaging in it.
Yeah.
And if you even watch someone or notice someone having such joy in such a simplicity of life, it really brings you back to what is really important and what really matters, or at least it gives you a bit of a break from the busyness or the reality of your busy life that you are currently in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the moments are precious gold, and they are moments, and it's not that you have to sit there thinking, I have to hold this in my memory, or I have to record this on my phone right now. That was one thing we also spoke about, was really taking time to that, and moving away from that, that this whole need to record and to capture footage rather than actually just feel it in your body and in your senses in that moment, and not expect to even necessarily hold it any longer than what it is, because that is part of life, right? I mean, looking back on those photos and videos, it's like there's so much of that is triggering, and you go, oh yeah, I remember that now, because my brain wasn't going to. But what it is for me is that all those joyful moments mean that the relationship that I have with my daughter now is just so deep and so special, because of all the layering that we, and those moments that we spent together. And now I just go, oh gosh, I wish I'd just done more of that. Yeah, in those young years, and just danced more when when they say let's dance. Just look at this when they say let's look, and taking those moments,
Treasure them more. Well, the art of noticing and the art of wonder. That's a message. That is a message for you today.
And tonight you can, if you do want to observe and wonder, is our beautiful full moon, and it's an eclipse as well. So I think it's starts around 8 p.m. up to 10. So there'll be a lot of really interesting, amazing energy with that as well. So yeah, see what you notice about yourself in that, and connecting in with the beautiful alignments and cellular effects that has.
Well, apparently when it's full moon, it's actually the right time to cut your hair, because it will grow faster. So here you go to those who need a haircut. Jump.
Let's not advertise that to any children with sharp scissors right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll leave you with that today. Enjoy the full moon and the sense of wonder, and just notice. Give yourself the present of noticing.
Lovely to see you, Jana. Take care.
Nice to see you.
Much love to you.